on my channel, we're doing something a little bit different. Something that has nothing to do with makeup, but a little bit more about getting to know me. And before you leave, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Make sure you comment, introduce yourself down below. I'm very interested to meet and talk to all of you. I'd love to chat with you guys in the comments, and also make sure you enter my giveaway. I have the video linked in the description box. At the end of this video, there will be a link for it, and it goes through the entire month of November. So make sure you enter that and watch that video so that you can go ahead and enter. And that video actually has a lot of great information in it about saving money this time of year on makeup and skincare. So make sure you go and watch it. So today we are doing a video called Meet My Pets. Meet my fur babies. So for those of you who don't know, I do have 5 children, but I also have pets, because who can have children without pets? I don't know. If it were up to my husband, we would not have animals. So I have my first little baby right here in my lap, and this is Taco. Taco is my male Chihuahua. I have 2 Chihuahuas. This is my male, and he is what they call a deer head Chihuahua. He is the fawn coloring, and he is 2 years old. His birthday is April 16th. And this is my main man. So this is the doggy that I hang out with the most and love the most, and I am mom to him and master and all of those good things. And he is super, super cute. If you can't tell, he's leaning into me like he does when he's nervous. I know, it's all right, mister, it's okay. If you can't tell, he's not very big. He is only about 5 pounds. He is full grown. He was the runt of his litter, and I actually got him, I found him on Facebook yard sale. As horrible as that sounds, it was a Facebook group for people who were buying puppies and selling puppies, and it was a legit one. Like, it wasn't puppy mills and stuff. It was run by a good person. So don't come for me in the comments, please. But I got him there. I found him. He was actually in a town about an hour away from us. So I had to drive all the way to get him, and I was actually 9 months pregnant. I got him 2 weeks before my son was born. So everyone thought it was a horrible idea because they thought I was nesting, and truth be told, I was just ready to have a dog. And he has been a complete delight ever since. He hates the cold. He has sweaters that he wears, and he loves his sweaters, don't you? They're very manly. He thinks he's huge, like most 5-pound dogs do. He's not overly yappy. He does yap, but not like all the time. The only person he doesn't bark at when they come home is me, ironically enough. And he loves to go in the car and be with mom all the time. And he's just super, super cute. Like, he's usually full of energy. He's a little nervous because he doesn't understand what we're doing right now. But he's all skinny and lanky, and I thought, originally that there was something wrong with him when I had him at the vet, though, time before last, because now I've mellowed out. I had him at the vet, and the vet's like, he just has a supermodel build. He's just going to be skinny. He's well fed, well loved, well taken care of. He is fixed. All of my animals are fixed and have their shots. We're very responsible. And I stay at home, so my dogs are pretty much with me 24/7. They are crate trained. They sleep in their crate at night. And yeah, so this is Taco. And he is actually excellent. He's going to sleep. Are you going to sleep? You're horrible at this game. Horrible. He is actually excellent with my children. He does get to his point where he's all done, and then he gives them a little growl, and then they know that he's been pushed too far and to stop, and they leave him alone, which is great. So this is Mr. Taco. So if you ever hear barking, this is one of the culprits, and I definitely wanted to share him with you so you could see how cute he is, because it's hard to photograph a little dog. They just don't sit still very much unless they're sleeping, and you don't need to see me in my pajamas on my couch sleeping, like with dogs in my lap. So yes, he's very handsome, very sweet, and I'm gonna go get my female. This is my female. She is even more skittish than my male. This is Belle. Taco, Belle. And she is about 6 months younger than Taco. They are not from the same litter. They're actually from completely different parts of the state, and there's no relation whatsoever. She looks so morose. What's the matter? What's wrong, my love? Oh, this is just embarrassing. She's super cute. She too is about 5 pounds. Like I said, she's fixed. She's what they call an apple head Chihuahua because she has the apple shaped head. And I got her when she was about 6 months old. She actually came to me from a woman on Facebook who was getting rid of her due to allergies of her grandchildren, which I don't fully understand. Are you going to sleep too? Oh, I know it. Which I don't fully understand because they're very, for a breed, they don't have a lot of hair, and I am allergic to dogs and cats, and I have no issues with them whatsoever. I've never had issues with them. Like now, of course, I'm built up an immunity to their dander, but they're definitely, you know, they've never bothered me. She is extremely cute. She is not very bright, and I say that with love. She just isn't. She usually has her tongue hanging out, and she's just kind of dopey, but we love her just the same. She's really the sweetest dog. She has some issues though. I really don't know what came of her, you know, what her previous owner's life was about. The woman who had her seemed to really love her, but she was foolish and training her, instead of using a crate, she was using a pack and play, like a playpen, like a baby playpen. So she was taught to pee where she sleeps. So, because she would put a puppy pad in the pack and play with the puppy. And this dog was, you know, peeing where she sleeps, and we went through a phase where she was peeing in my bed, peeing in her own crate. I mean, just, she and Taco share a crate. Like I said, they're both fixed, so there's no babies. There will be no procreation in my house. No unwanted procreation in my house. So they definitely sleep together. They're best friends. They love each other so much. So she's got issues with her toileting, so we really do have to work with her and work on it. She still has accidents almost every day, but it is what it is. You know, she's here, she's part of the family, this is where she lives, so we deal with it. She also is pretty much terrified of men. She does not like them. There are very few men that she will warm up to. She actually loves my father-in-law, and she loves my brother-in-law, and then that's about it. She hates my husband. My father lives with me. She hates my father. She just hates them. She's terrified of them. If they're in the room, she runs. She's timid. She shakes. She's very female biased, and she's excellent with my kids. My kids love her, and she puts up with so much nonsense from them. And what's funny about her is, as skinny as Taco is, she's chunky dunky. Like, you're a chunky dunky doggy, aren't you? Yes, so right. She's watching the door. I don't know what she's so afraid of, but you can see she's, again, not very big. She has very short little legs. I mean, she's just a doll. I love her so much. She, you know, and again, I'm mama, I'm master. She trusts me above pretty much everybody on the planet, and I love her to pieces. So that is how we came to have Miss Belle. And you really hate when she hates when I do this to her. She likes to be up close and held. So she definitely was a good girl, aren't you? You're so good. Why are you all, how do they know they're being recorded? Like, how do they have any idea that anything is happening? I don't understand. Like, they're acting so camera shy and nervous. Say goodbye, people. Goodbye. Oh, there goes the tail. All right, and lastly, you smell like fish. Lastly, we have my cat, which I think I wore the wrong shirt for this, but this is my cat. This is Furry Finnegan McFluff, because cats have to have very proper names. We call him Furry. And how we came to have Furry, he is a boy, he is fixed too. And how we came to have Furry is actually kind of an interesting story. I live out in the country. There are barns and farms behind me that have cats, and there are strays, and you know, it's just part of life. And there is this one female that has been out living in the woods and field behind my house for a long time, and she's had babies, and she's feral. You can't get anywhere near her. And she had a litter several years ago, and my husband had some tubing out in the yard, like out in our shed where. Now you can hear my dogs. He had some tubing out in the shed. Hey, stop it. He had some tubing out in the shed, and this little kitten had fallen down into one of the tubes. It was nearly dead, and We brought him in and fed him and cleaned him up and got him back to health, and my sister ended up keeping him because at the time I worked. I didn't want a cat. Well, last January 2019, I came home at night from dance and it was cold because it was January, and this little ball of fluff, because that's what this cat is fluff. This little ball of fluff comes running out and he's hollering, a blue streak, like screaming and little guts out, hollering. And he's howling and crying, and so I go up to him and I try to pick him up. Now this is a feral cat, mind you, a cat that has never had any human interaction whatsoever and has been living in my backyard. He had siblings too. But so he comes up crying to us and he's, you know, having a fit, and so I pick him up and he doesn't bite me or scratch me, and he's literally like a bag of fur and bones. He had no meat on him. He's hungry. So I brought him inside, to my husband's dismay, because if you haven't caught on, he's not an animal person at all. He likes his kids, but he's not big on animals. Hold on, we're not done talking about you, Mr. Fluff. So we bring him inside, we feed him. Didn't take much to domesticate him because he pretty much chose us. And that is the story of how we came to have Mr. Furry. So now he is the ambassador of the neighborhood, and he's taking care of the most recent litter of kittens that this female's had. And I've tried to catch her. She will not go anywhere near traps. She is definitely a feral cat. And I think actually something has happened to her because I have not seen her in a long time. So I think this last litter that he's kind of taking care of is going to be the last one, thank God. So those two I'm kind of working on domesticating. Hopefully can catch them and home them or get them neutered or something, just so we can put a stop to the cat population. I do feed them, so we're working on it. But he is completely 100% domesticated. He has had a few accidents in the house, but nothing big. Like, he's very good with his box. He's very clean. He's excellent with my children, and he's so lazy. Like, if you've ever held a ferret, you know how like you hold a ferret and there's like nothing to them and they're almost slippery and like floppy? That's this cat. It's like he has no bones in his body. I've never had a cat like him in my life. So say goodbye, Mr. Furry. He says bye. So that is my video. I hope you enjoyed meeting my pets. We do not have plans to add on to anybody in the future. Like I said, between the neighborhood cats and the 2 dogs and him, that's quite that's quite a load. We are very responsible again, and it's a lot in vet costs. So we want to keep, only what we can afford to properly take care of. So those are my pets and kind of the background story behind them. Let me know in the comments below if you have pets and what their names are, and also find me over on Instagram. I would love to follow you and see your babies, your fur babies there. So definitely head over there and check it out, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did. I'm thinking about doing one with my kids next, like introducing you to my kids, because I talk about these people and you never get to see them. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one.